Miranda, you are a Sundance kid. This is your hat trick movie, isn't it? This is the third movie you've made and the third time you've been at Sundance?
Is that what a hat trick is?
That's absolutely a hat trick, man. We're gonna throw all our hats on the ice for you. That's astounding. Well done. What does it feel like to be that beloved up here?
Yeah, it means a lot. And it's nice to have a place that feels kind of like a home, because this whole thing is actually pretty scary. And I've been at the Eccles a couple of times before, and it still seems really big to me. So, yeah, I mean, I love this festival. That's why, this was our goal, yeah.
To get here.
So, yeah.
Take us into Kajillionaire. What's the story? Con men story? Con lady story? Is that what I heard?
Well, it's sort of a barely cons. Like their scams are like so low level.
More like Ocean's 1 rather than Ocean's 11?
Yeah, Ocean's 1, like 0.5, yeah. 0.5. They barely actually make any money at all. Nonetheless, they're like righteously full-on dedicated to this life, which is so far superior to the way other people live. Evan's character, Old Dolio, grew up within this, so in a way she's like the most dedicated. And then they meet Melanie, played by Gina, who kind of, in just her like wonderful selfness, relatable, not to them, but to everyone else, kind of changes everything, yeah.
And Richard is just watching.
Sorry.
I was there.
Richard is the audience. No, Richard is the father, kind of the leader.
Just hanging out outside.
He's like the leader of this family. Yeah, he's Evan's father and kind of the brains behind the operation, which is funny to say. Yeah.
Funny to see. Yeah, I guess it is. Did I see that you got a book coming out? Like a retrospective on your career?
Yeah, a book of all my work. Yeah.
So not just for those that don't follow, of course you're a filmmaker, but like you write, you're a musician. You're one of those I spin many plates kind of cats.
Right.
So what is it's an omnibus of some sort?
Yeah, it's a book of everything I've ever made. So performances, novels, an app. I put everything in there, even like some shoes that I made once.
Right. You're so artsy-fartsy. Oh, my Lord.
But it's very satisfying because honestly, especially in situations like this, it's kind of confusing to people, like what my whole deal is.
Yeah, like who are you and what do you do?
And so it's nice to have this book to be able to be like, just read the book. Like, I don't,
How does it feel to be undefinable? Like, I like that. It's kind of cool. Like, you can't just be like, oh, she does that.
Yeah.
You spin a bunch of plates. So what is that part of it for you? Like, I don't want to be narrowed down to one thing.
Yeah, I guess it feels like life is interesting. Like, it never is a grind, honestly, it's just my way. I mean, I think each one of these people feels undefinable, It just, I'm just showing off a little more. Yeah.
Fair enough. What is it like playing a con lady kid? And more importantly, that. What is it like coming back to Sundance for you, man? 13 is where it popped here, right?
Yes. This festival means so much to me for a number of reasons. This is my 6th time here. 13 premiered here. I met the father of my child here.
Oh, my Lord. Is that right?
Here. Yes, we met at Sundance.
You got a lot more out of Sundance than most of us.
I got a kid out of Sundance.
Yeah, look at that.
And he's super rad. So it's always so exciting to come back here and to be at the Eccles and to have a film premiere here. The energy is just always palpable. And Miranda has been on my list of directors I've been wanting to work with forever, so to be here with her is like a total dream come true. This character was unlike anyone I had ever read.
And what was the character's name? You said it. And
Old Dolio.
That's the real name?
That is the real name. Oh yeah, there's a whole story behind her name. And she's fiercely dedicated and loyal to her very narcissistic parents. And I think she's desperate for a lot of things that she has convinced herself she doesn't need anymore because she's sort of given up on wanting them. And that's kind of what Gina shows her, is that she actually, she does want these things. She wants connection. She wants to, maybe escape this life and has no idea how to do it. So. that's sort of her journey.
This is kind of like apropos of nothing, but you're a big tweeter like me. You spend a lot.
And I always get in trouble. I'm always getting in trouble, no matter what I say these days.
This wasn't trouble though. This caught my attention. Like they're doing over at HBO Max a Practical Magic series.
That's right.
And you tweeted, somebody was like, "Hey man, would you be down for this?" And you were like,
"Hey, I'm
because
right
you were
here."
Sandy Bullock's kid in that picture.
I was, and not a lot of people know that.
You know some people at HBO.
I
You
know
could
a
hook
few
this up.
people at HBO. I know, and I'm sitting there just like waiting for the call. Like, hey, I'm right. I could come back and do something Practical Magic-y. I'm completely down for that. But I don't know. I'll need to make some phone calls first.
This is where it begins, right here.
Right
at
here,
IMDb.
and I'll credit you. I'll be like,
Yes,
Kevin
I
Smith
do.
made
I
this
want like a
happen.
percentage. I
Yeah.
want my 10%. What was it like being in this movie for you?
Oh, it's super dope. Very trippy. Being around Miranda just makes you better. Being around these actors just make you better. And I was in for that ride. I just wanted to learn.
This is way off topic, but it's my world in terms of things that I'm interested in. I'm not saying this is my
Okay.
world.
We're just living in it? Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
saying, but the things that are interesting to my world. Are you doing a voice in Scoob?
Yeah, I play Velma.
Do you play Velma?
I'm the new Velma. Y'all
I
didn't
saw
know
that-
Velma was Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I remember that from the old shows.
Gotcha.
I saw that trailer and like rolled a tear when he gets his collar for the first time.
It's real
I'm not
cute.
even a big Scooby-Doo fan, but I was like, this is ingenious. And then another thing that kind of crosses over into my world. You do the voice of Carmen Sandiego,
I am
no?
Carmen Sandiego, yes.
So did they or did they not announce a movie at one point?
We are doing a live action movie at Netflix. Carmen Sandiego. I gotta get my fedora on.
It's a Netflix movie?
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
can finally answer the question, where the hell in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
She's
She's a
just
Netflix.
Netflix, Hollywood. What I think is like Hollywood and Vine or something like that. I think that's where one of the locations are for sure.
So dedicated to that game.
You should just
So
be
this is
in
a
it
huge moment
with
for me.
us. I
Right?
feel like that just happened.
I had a
and
notebook, hours, just sitting there, just trying to get her.
You never knew that you would meet Carmen Sandiego.
I was
It's
right here all
finally paid
along.
off.
She didn't even know. Just
When are
right
they
in
talking
your
about
nose.
making that finally?
Well, hopefully Netflix, if you're listening, I am available this summer. If we'd like to start shooting immediately. No, we're actually working on the script right now, so we're making it happen in due time. But I'm excited.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
You, sir, I described you today as the Elmer's glue of cinema. You hold it all together. Every time I see you in a movie, I'm like, damn, and I've seen you in a lot of stuff. You were nominated for 2 Academy Awards, including like one just like a couple years ago. Does that change how you pick a role at that point, or are you like, I still work the same way I've always worked?
Well, you have more options. That's what it does. It gives you. But yeah, it's and the older you get, when you don't have to do something, you don't do it. That's kind of it. You just do what you want to do.
Right.
And but it's it's been great. I have no complaints. I mean,
A make pretend life. You haven't had to have a real job in quite some time, right?
No, I've never had a real. Well, I drove a laundry truck for 4 months, and I had 6 accidents. So,
and somebody was like, be an actor, kid.
So I thought, if I don't make a living at this, what am I going to do? I can't even drive a laundry truck. So it's, thank goodness.
Have you been up here before? I have to assume many
It's my
times.
3rd or 4th time. Not sure. I think, at least 3.
What do you think of the environment, the old Sundance Film Festival?
It's fantastic. I was at the writers' workshop. Actually, I was an actor at the writers' workshop when they decided to do Sundance.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there was no film festival,
Yeah.
and the reason that they decided to do it was all of these writers got their movies made, but nobody ever saw them. So Redford said, "Let's have a festival and we'll show your movies." And he would stand out on Main Street and say, "Hey, you want to come see a movie?" And people, no, not really. Nobody would come to them, but he. Now watch, it'll be a totally wrong story. But that's.
So you were
how it
there for
began.
the secret origin of all this.
I was.
That's how you and me get into this world, man. If that don't happen,
And
isn't that weird, chilling hearing
that's
about
that's a nice thing about being older, is you have a history.
That's
At
true.
the time you think, okay, they're going to do a little festival, but
That little festival grew the hell up.
Incredible. It was incredible.
Kids, we got rapid fire questions to throw at you, man. Don't think about them too hard. Just answer. What is the last show that you binged? You seem way too creative to binge. I bet you're like, I'm a maker. I don't watch anything.
Oh gosh. Well, yeah, right. I had to watch Fleabag. I had to watch Fleabag season 2, right? Fleabag season 2. People
Yeah.
had, so I think maybe that was it. Yeah.
binge.
Yeah, it was good. It was
stuff.
good.
Mrs. Fletcher.
How was it?
I liked it a lot. I am a single mother, and it showed me my part of my future. I feel like when my only son goes to college. But I love Catherine Hahn. She's amazing. So I loved it.
Beautiful.
Toast of London.
What is that?
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's on Netflix. It's super bomb. Matthew Perry. It's like a British show, and it's awesome. And I'm in season 3, and I'm still binging. Ow.
Get out of here, really? Nobody
not
said that.
in
Well done.
Season 3.
No, I'm not in it. I'm
Okay,
I'm
right.
knee
You have to be
deep
careful
watching.
when you're an
Oh, you're
actor.
right.
You
Hey,
have to-
I'm not in this. I'm not in this. I can't even do a British accent very well at all, actually. So this is super trippy. The like
People
people
watching.
deciding if you're cool or not to stick around.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
we're drawing
No,
a
no.
crowd.
People,
Don't you
people
feel
roll
judged
away
as
real
hell?
quick,
That
real
cool.
quick. They're
Because
like,
some
oh,
people
that's
stop
yeah,
and they're
whatever.
like, not famous
Yeah,
enough, and they
100%.
move on.
That's been like the majority of
Mostly.
people right now.
Really
So
weird.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
What about you, Richard? Last thing you binged.
Cheer.
You are the
watched
fourth
Cheer?
person today to
Yeah,
say
I was gonna
that.
say.
Really?
3 women said that, and now you're the only man.
I'm with 3 women.
It is. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I swore I wasn't gonna like it, and I couldn't wait to see it again. I loved it. Yeah.
Human drama.
It is. It is.
There it
It's somebody said it's the best and the worst part of reality television. It's got a little bit of both. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
That's the one to watch. All right. If they make a biopic
Why do I
about you,
always have to be the
it begins
person
with
to
you. It
get
all
one?
starts with the
Yeah.
director.
Got it, got
You're
it.
the creative. You're the one that's like, I want to be
Yep.
in
So
pictures.
creative.
Who would play you in a biopic?
Oh, Emily Watson. You know, not Emma Watson.
Right.
Is that her name? Emily Watson, right?
yeah.
Can't you see that
Yes.
kind of?
Yes. With the
Are you
eyes, I
correcting
can.
me? It's not Emma Watson.
no,
We all
it's
know who that is.
Yeah, no.
She wasn't in Little Women.
No.
I'm older than that.
Emily Watson, yes.
Emily
Okay,
Watson.
Emily Watson.
I'm gonna say Rachel Brosnahan just because everyone thinks I'm her anyway.
Does that happen?
Right.
Oh, we get all the time.
She was just sitting here the other day.
I know.
I would
when
never
I
confuse
ran
you two.
into her, we sort of commiserated
One of you
about
stopped
it. Yeah,
existing.
she's like, people came up to me when 13 came out and told me how great I was in it. I dyed my hair brown so that people would stop saying I looked like you. And we both have Rachel in our name, and so yeah, it was like, it's like a whole thing. So jokingly, I'll say Rachel Brosnahan.
Excellent, Paul.
Is anybody trying to make a biopic on me right
They're
now?
gonna.
All right.
You just wait.
I'm gonna say the young Jane on Jenna Ortega.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a sentimental pull too, and a smart one,
Well,
man.
there you go.
She studied you as well.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
incredible.
right.
I love you, Jenna.
Dude.
I'll do it. I'll do it, Richard.
let me
I'll
tell
do
you,
it. I'll do it.
It's going to be a big money maker.
Here we go.
Only because I love him. I love his work. It would be Chris Cooper.
That's a great pull, man,
wanna
right
see
there.
that now.
It makes no money, but it's a great pull. You're absolutely right. Give it up for the cast and crew of Kajillionaire, ladies and gentlemen.